Hey everyone, Larissa here, talking a little bit more about our meditation focus of the month for November, which is gratitude. And when we're talking about gratitude, I always like to start with what we are not trying to do is that toxic positivity thing where just like, you should just be grateful and you have these things and you should be grateful. And when we're looking at gratitude from that lens, it's actually a false gratitude. And in the system of yoga, there's what's sometimes called the near enemy of something. So when we talk about empathy, the near enemy of empathy is pity. It's not the same thing. And so when we're talking about gratitude, that feeling of, oh, I should be grateful, it's not the same thing as actual gratitude. We're not trying to cover up the things that are challenging. We're really trying to work with how do we infuse our life with gratitude. You might do things like a gratitude journal at the end of the night. You're writing down 3 pieces of gratitude. All of those things are helpful, but we're also working with cultivating our mind towards the direction of gratitude. So I also want to highlight this is not about trying to make yourself feel grateful, because sometimes that doesn't come. You might be like, okay, having a really crappy day. I woke up for meditation. I already spilled my coffee, and then I'm like, okay, think about something lovely. And then you're forcing yourself to try to be grateful. It's less than helpful. So what we want to work with is in the moment, even though I have coffee on my pants and my kids are screaming in the background, what is the thing that I can be grateful for in this moment? And it might be something as small and as simple as I can take a breath right now. So just remembering these little, small, subtle things inclines our mind in the direction of gratitude on a regular basis, rather than trying to forcefully make ourselves feel grateful or trying to be like, I should do the gratitude journaling and I just can't make time for it. It's these little things that we can do throughout the day. And when we practice our gratitude meditation in the morning, we're really working with those little tiny modalities. Like, oh, I can wiggle my toes. Like, that feels kind of lovely. Even though there's challenging things happening, this lovely moment of just wiggling my toes, that freedom or that warmth of like, I have this warm, cozy blanket, those are the things that we're working on, just practicing gratitude towards, remembering that we have those good things in our life. So you'll often hear me say this, it's the both and. We're not trying to push away suffering. We're trying to remember that it's both and. Even in the midst of challenge, we're still taking a breath. Even if we're grieving, maybe a loved one has wiped away our tear and there's a connection in the grieving. So we're looking at the both and gratitude, there's tons of science behind it. When we're really looking at emotional sciences, there's a benefit in the brain of how gratitude can actually physically change how we're working with things like cortisol and stress hormones. We can physically, positively benefit our brain by something as simple as, oh my God, everything sucks right now. You're like, no what? Hang on. I can take a deep breath. Okay. All right, I did that. So that is what we're working on, is these small modalities and never trying to force away the things that are challenging. In fact, we're trying to invite them in, but add these layers of goodness. Just remembering, oh yeah, that's right. Right now in this moment, there's a roof over my head. Can I just enjoy that and not be like, well, other people don't have a roof over their head and not go that direction. Although that's important, that's a different conversation, but just remembering like, what is in this space right now that I can put a little gratitude towards. So a little bit more information about the practice itself. Please join us when you can. We have 7:30 meditations in the morning, but even in our regular classes, you'll get those little tidbits. Just come in, enjoy moving your body, join us in the space where you can, and of course, let us know if you have questions.